Hello, today we're going to proceed with Barron's Essential Words for IELTS, Unit 9, Text 2. So on the left hand side we have a text which calls the house school option. On the right hand side we have the task related to this text. Let's read the task. Answer the questions about the house school option. Questions 1 to 3. Which of the following reasons that families choose homeschooling are mentioned in the passage? Choose 3 answers from the list below. A. The large size of local schools. So let's start to highlight our keywords. So it's about the size of the schools. We're gonna highlight the large size. Go further. B. The exceptional talents of the early children. So it's gonna be talents. So further we have C. The lack of variety of instructions in the majority of schools. This is about instructions. And D. Disagreement with the educational philosophy of local schools. This is educational philosophy. E. Believes that local schools cannot adequately meet their children's needs. So here about needs, children's needs, or we can highlight needs. And F. Opposition to the periodic testing of their children. About periodic testing. So our keywords is we have 5 keywords, 5 answers, and we have to find these keywords in the text. So we have to scan it as soon as possible and try to find any information related to any of our keywords here in the text. So in the first paragraph there is no information about the size of the schools or the talents. We go further to the second paragraph, and here there is nothing about that as well. And we go further in this third paragraph, and here they were saying about exceptional talents. So as you can see, we have here exceptional talents. Let's highlight this keyword. So let's read the sentence. Children who have exceptional talents in the arts or other areas may be house-schooled so that they have more time to devote to their special interests. So the exceptional talents of the children. This is one of the reasons why families choose house schooling. So one of the answers is going to be B. So we have to choose 3 answers. I'm going to highlight it and then we'll go further. So logically we don't have a large size, right? So we have to further focus on other keywords, the remaining one, ignoring first one, and we go further and we try to find information about following keywords. And below we have educational philosophy. Let's highlight this keyword and let's read this sentence. They may have a differing educational philosophy. They may be concerned about the safety of the school environment, or they may feel that the local schools cannot adequately address their children's educational needs. So another answer to the question is going to be D. Disagreement with educational philosophy of local schools. And we go further and we focus on the E and the F keywords, because logically we don't have C, we have B and D. Do not waste your time on the keyword here, but anyways, be careful. This is a technique which I had experienced before, so I'm just saying about that. So we go further and we try to find information about needs. So here in the last sentence of the third paragraph there is the word needs. Let's read this sentence. So they have a different differing educational philosophies. They may be concerned about the safety of the school environment, or they may feel that the local schools cannot adequately address the student educational needs. Believes that local schools can adequately meet their children's needs. It's going to be our third answer to questions 1 to 3. Let's go further and let's read following task. Questions 4 to 8. Do the following statements agree with information in the reading passage? Write true if the statement agrees with information. False if the statement contradicts information. Not given if there is no information on this in the passage. So, first question. School attendance was maintained in the United States near the beginning of the 19th century. Here our keyword is going to be United States and 19th, beginning of the 19th century. So I recommend to pay more attention if it's beginning or the end of the century or in the middle or any kind of information. We have to be very specific with time definition. So let's scan the text and find information about the United States. Here, the first paragraph, second sentence, we have something about United States, but we don't have any information about 19th century. And we scan further and we try to find that information in the text. And here, in the second paragraph, there is it's mentioned here, and they were saying latter part of the 19th century. Basically, we found it here, but it was saying latter part, which is a late period, not beginning. So let's read this sentence. In the United States, for example, it was not until the latter part of the 19th century that state governments began making schools attendance compulsory. School attendance was maintained in the United States near the beginning of the 19th century. It's not right. So the answer to this fourth question is going to be false. And we'll go further to the fifth question. Before modern times, the majority of children did not attend school. So modern times is going to be our keyword to the time. When there is any reference to the time, we have to make it as a keyword because it's going to be easier for us to find in the text, not to waste our time on finding answer to the question. The majority did not attend school. So for now, let's focus on modern times, and let's go further and let's try to find any information about modern time. So on the first paragraph, we don't have anything about that modern time, or some specific synonyms to that word. So on the third paragraph, there is information about modern developed world. Let's read this sentence. In the modern developed world, where the vast majority of children attend school, families choose house shooting for a variety of reasons. So basically, this is true. Say it had happened at the modern developed world. So answer to the fifth question is going to be true. And I will go further to the sixth question. Many 19th century tutors were not adequately trained for the job. So our keyword is going to be tutors, as I mentioned. Also, we can highlight 19th century because this is a time reference, and it's better to make it a keyword in order to get any kind of answer. So we scanned before, we didn't see any information about tutor. You guys know it. Do not waste your time on it. Go further, scan it as soon as possible, and try to find any information about tutor. So as you can see, we do not have any information about tutors here. So we assume that the answer to this question is going to be not given. If you are not sure, you can come back to this question, but for our text there is no information about tutors. So we're gonna define it as not given. We go further to the 7th question. The majority of schooling families follow a similar educational philosophy. So about educational philosophy, do you guys remember we had this kind of we had this information even before, and here we highlighted it. During IELTS exam you will have an opportunity to highlight words by using pencil, but you have this great chance to focus on your keywords, and sometimes it can just make your job easier. Let's read this sentence. They may have a different educational philosophy. They may be concerned about the safety of the school environment, or they may feel that the local schools cannot adequately address their children's educational needs. So here they were saying about educational philosophy, differing educational philosophies, so they were not following the same. So answer is gonna be false. It's not the same. If you guys not get that, I can highlight here keywords. Here it's gonna be similar, just to get the answer, and here was they were saying differing. It's just different. It means you have different. They were saying about different educational philosophy. Here in the question about similar educational philosophy is the same basically, but it's not. It's different according to the text. So answer to this question is going to be false. We go further. 8th question is the last one. Also there is a growing interest in house shooting. Schooling, relatively few families practice it. There is a keyword is families, so we have to, and about growing interest. If you want, you can highlight it, and we go further to the text and try to find any information about families and about growing interest. So here in the last paragraph there is information about how schooling became more popular and about families. So they were saying about families here. So also most families continue to choose a traditional classroom education for their children. House schooling as an alternative educational option is becoming more popular. So the answer to the 8th question is going to be true. It became more popular, and it was last question. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to this channel, and we're gonna make more trainings, and we're gonna do it together. And good luck with your IELTS exam. Have a good day. Bye.